All right, sir, are you Dustin Drake?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Drake was previously in court. You entered a plea of guilty to driving while intoxicated, third or more. I've received the pre-sentence report. Has everyone had an opportunity to review that report?
We have, and we have no objection.
Yes, Your Honor, we reviewed it.
And there was no agreement. Mr. Lane, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. I guess in situations like this, the PSI pretty much laid it out. So I don't know if Mr. Drake can be any more sincere than he was. I think the PSI officer got that from him. Most of his allegations were DWIs. After this allegation, we know he entered treatment. He went through almost 18 months worth of treatment. He stayed sober. He's gainfully employed. He's moving forward. He knows that the court has a tough decision. I think he said it best in the recommendation where he was. I think he can be successful. His attitude's there. His groundwork is there. His mother's here. The foundation is all successful.
Mr. Nichols?
Judge, this is his fifth DWI conviction, not counting two that were dismissed somewhere along the way. I left, when we formulated this plea offer, I left it as a count one plea to limit some exposure, but I think pen time is where we're at. I get, and I'm glad that there's what appears to be sincere attempts at getting treatment and doing all that, but the fact is, he hit a car. This night he was 0.27. Luckily, no one else was hurt. And I just can't fathom letting him back out on the road, Judge. I would urge the court to exercise the full 10 years.
Mr. Drake, other than what's in the PSI that you stated, do you have anything else to add?
No, I really apologize for what I did. I know it was wrong. I am an alcoholic, and I do believe I can finish the probation. I'm not gonna sit here and make excuses for my actions because there are none. My record speaks for itself. I'm embarrassed and ashamed.
And I appreciate that, and I appreciate you not trying to make excuses. And I appreciate that you've gotten treatment. The time for treatment was before your fifth DWI.
I agree.
You know, you've had every opportunity since, it looks like, 05, 19, 2021, well, 09, then 10. I guess part of what I'm looking at right now is that there was a short probation from Louisiana some years back, 6 months. But other than that, there's never been, you've just gotten time, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna do, Mr. Drake, and I hope you take advantage of what I'm about to do. Just based on several of the factors, the age of some of the history, the fact that you've gone into treatment already, I'm going to give you an opportunity, but you're not going home today. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily, find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and at this time find you guilty. Sentence you to a term of 10 years in prison, but I'm going to probate that. You'll be on probation for 10 years. I'm ordering that you pay a $2,000 fine, and I'm ordering that you follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. The first one of those conditions is that you're going to enter and successfully complete the SafeP program. It's a 6-month in-custody program. It's the longest and best we have, and so at least that gives me some knowledge that you have some further treatment and some long-term treatment. When you're released, you will go through the JCDI program as your outpatient follow-up care, which is an intensive outpatient treatment. You will be required to have an auto ignition interlock device on any vehicle that you drive. I'm also going to order, at least for some amount of time, at the, I don't know how long, but you will be ordered to wear a scram device as well. That is a device that is on your body that shows if there's any alcohol in your body. If there is a positive sip of alcohol, your probation is going to be revoked and you're going to be facing that 10 years that I just gave you. So I didn't give you up to 10 years. I just gave you 10 years in prison. If you violate this probation, don't come in and start negotiation for something less. It's 10 years. Do you understand? So you'll have the scram, the auto ignition, Safe P, JCDI, and any other conditions that probation deems would be important for you to be successful. So this wasn't an agreement. You do have some rights to appeal. I'm handing you the trial court certification. Well, it shows that y'all waived the right to appeal on this. So
That's because we did have an agreement.
you did have an
to go on
agreement.
Count one, Your Honor.
Correct. So you have waived your right to appeal because the state made that concession that they went forward on count one only. I've also handed you the trial court certification or admonishment that shows that that because of the judgment entered against you, you're ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition. Possession of a firearm or ammunition could lead to charges against you. Firearm is a legal term. You should read the written admonishment I provided you to see what devices qualify as a firearm. If you have questions about the laws that make you ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, or about how long that lasts, you can talk with Mr. Lane. Also, obviously you're going into custody, but I am ordering as a condition of that probation, it's mandatory 10 days upfront time. So you'll get that credit while you're waiting on safety. All right, you can go back with the bailiff.
Can I speak? I'll go run.
Yeah. All right, sir, are you Lentavius Strickland? And Mr. Strickland, you were previously in court, entered pleas of guilty to evading arrest or detention with the use of a motor vehicle, as well as unauthorized use of a motor vehicle. I've received the pre-sentence report and reviewed that. Has everyone had an opportunity to review that?
Yeah, Your Honor.
Stay has, Judge.
Are there any additions or corrections?
No more, Judge.
Not from the state, Judge.
In addition to that, I have reviewed your jail incident reports. Everyone's been given a copy of those as well. Have y'all both had an opportunity to review those?
Yes, Judge.
I have, but I don't remember.
4 fights.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You like to fight, don't you? You don't? You don't? Okay. I can tell you that I have people in front of me all the time, and they're not doing what you're doing, constantly fighting. And the way these reads, it does not necessarily show that you weren't the aggressor. It doesn't show either way on some of them, but it looks like these were some pretty mutual things going on, specifically finding places to fight, getting in the bathroom to fight so you can't be caught and all that kind of nonsense. How old are you? 19 years old. So here is where I am on this. I understand that you guys had agreed to the 180 days up front. I don't know that jail necessarily is as useful as potentially something like ISF, cognitive track, because of its age, nature of the offenses, and what's going on in jail. The only way I'm going to go along with this agreement is to try to get you in a better place to make better decisions so that you can be successful on these probations. I want you to be successful. We all do. But at the rate you're going, you're not going to be. The conditions of your probation are always up to me. So I can give you what I want as a condition, anything that makes me feel like it would be helpful for you, helpful for the community. So what I'm going to do at this time is find that you previously entered your pleas of guilty freely and voluntarily. And cause number 24 DCCR 2440, find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and at this time follow your agreement and find you guilty of evading arrest or detention with the use of a vehicle. Sentence you in accordance with that agreement to a term of 10 years in prison, but probate that. You'll be on probation for 10 years. You're ordered to pay a $1,000 fine and to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. In cause number 25 DCCR 0209, find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and at this time follow the agreement, find you guilty of unauthorized use of a vehicle, sentence you to 2 years in the state jail prison, but probate that. You'll be on probation for 5 years in that case. I don't have a fine. Is there no fine in that one? The 1,000 and the others probably.
There was just one
It
fine.
was just
Okay.
one fine in one case, Judge.
Okay. So in each of these cases, you're ordered to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. One of those conditions is going to be that you enter and successfully complete the cognitive track of the ISF program. It's a 90-day program. It's in custody. You'll be transported from our jail to there fairly quickly. It's all about making better choices. Okay, so it's just to give you the tools you need so that you can be successful on this probation and not end up back in here and then going to prison. Do you understand? If you get in trouble now that you're on probation, if you get in trouble in the jail, get in a fight, if you get in trouble at ISF and you don't successfully complete it, you're going to already be in violation of your probation before you ever get out. So you need to figure out how to just stick to yourself, follow the rules, do what you're supposed to do so that you can get out and not go to prison, okay? All right, I'm handing you, and if you do everything you're supposed to, then for all practical purposes, your case here in court's over. You're going to serve those sentences while you're out on probation. But if you violate any condition of those probations, you'll be back in here and you'll be looking at the 10-year sentence and the 2-year sentence that you already agreed to. Do you understand? Okay, I'm handing you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, and so you've waived your right to appeal. I have also handed you a written admonishment regarding your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition. Because of the judgments entered against you, you're ineligible under Texas law to possess a firearm or ammunition. Possession of a firearm or ammunition could lead to charges against you. Firearm is a legal term, and you should read the written admonishment I provide you to see what device